make sure I have it on record. Perfect. And then I will share my screen and we'll get started here. All right. Can you guys give me a thumbs up if you can see my screen, my little slideshow presentation? Yes, perfect. Thank you. All right, so I'm Mrs. Dickerson. So I'm just going to be going over just a few general things for our classrooms, and then a little bit about our curriculum and what your students are going to be learning this year. So the first thing I want to talk about is just attendance. Hold on just a second. Someone else is joining us. All right, so the first thing I just want to jump in and talk about is attendance. So the kids are playing out on the playground, and then the whistle blows at 8:40. They line up, and then we are back in the classroom, and we are starting learning reading right at 8:45. So we come in and we jump right into our phonics, our sight words, our comprehension. So all of that is it's really hard for them. It's kind of hard for them to kind of like wake up right in the morning. But we are just because of how our schedule is this year, we're diving right in with phonics and everything. So it's just essential to please have your kids on time. I know life happens. I know things happen. But just if at all possible, just please make sure they're on time. That's just that reading lesson right away is just so critical for them in first grade. If your kid does not already, they can have breakfast in the cafeteria. It does start at 8:15. And then you guys know school gets out at 3:30 unless it's a 2 o'clock release. We will have a couple 12 o'clock releases throughout the year. There's a couple of them, but we'll make sure we communicate when those are. It's normally when we have like parent-teacher conferences and stuff like that. This is just a little breakdown of our schedule and how our day goes. So like I said, we start our day right away with ELA. So that's phonics, sight words, reading, comprehension, and all that good stuff. After that, we go right into win-win. And what that means is we are working with students in small groups, and we're working on their specific skills that they need in reading. So whether that's letter naming fluency, learning how to blend and read words, sight words, whatever the students need, whatever they're kind of have a gap in, that's what we're working on. And then that's when they get pulled to our reading specialist if they need that support. I'm going to take a quick pause because our new PE teacher just jumped on, and I'm going to have her just say hello for just a second. So I'll have her take over.
All right, hello. Yep, I'm the new PE teacher. I'm Miss McCandless. So I just wanted to come on here and say a quick thing that if your student ever needs to be out of PE because they're injured for whatever reason, if you could either send me an email or write a note and they can bring it to me that day, that just so I know what's going on. Kids can have lots of stories of what happened, so it's just easier if I get it from the parent that way. And if you can also make sure they have on tennis shoes for PE days, it's just safer if they're running around with closed-toed shoes on. If you ever need me for anything, you can always email me. My email's on the website. Kind of got a complicated last name, but I'm more than happy to answer any of your questions.
All right, thank you. Okay, so I'll just keep going. So after win-win, we have 15 minutes of science. And that's kind of where we just come together as a class. We'll do a class discussion. I usually have like a fun topic, like would you rather be have a personal robot or have a jetpack? And that's just our moment to like kind of decompress and come together as a class a little bit. They have 45 minutes for lunch and recess. After that, we come together for math. So math right after lunch and recess. We do writing right after that. We have a science chunk, and then they do have specials for about 45 minutes. And then we end our day with social studies. So that's just kind of a snapshot of how our day looks. So our special schedule, they're going to change every quarter. This is what it looks like for our first quarter. When the new quarter comes and they change, we do communicate that out to you. So myself or Mrs. Hunt will get that posted on Blooms. And then you'll see the new specials schedule for that quarter. You just keep in mind, again, like the PE teacher just said, the PE days, just make sure they're wearing the proper footwear and clothing. And then we do have our library day. My library day is Thursday, and then Mrs. Hunt's is on Friday. So just be sure on that day your kids are coming back with their library book so that they can check out a new one. And again, when those specials change, we'll communicate that out to you guys. Just a reminder about folders, just please check those every day. Kids are coming home, they're coming home with their work, they're excited, they want to show you what they've been doing in the classroom. So please check that. When I put stuff in there, I shouldn't see it still in there the next day. So just please be checking in and have those conversations with your kids. And like I said, they're excited to show off their work, their writing and all that good stuff. Please make sure that they're bringing it to and from school every day. If they lose it, just let us know. We can replace it. It'll be maybe for a week. They'll say, I'm looking for it. I lost it. It might be under my bed. It might be here. But just let me know if I need to replace it. No big deal. It's also used to check their behavior. If they're having a red, yellow, or green day, just look at it, quick glance, you know how their day went. Also, that new calendar that's in there to sign for their lead measures. All that is, they're doing one piece of their homework. You're initialing it. Hey, my kid did their homework. And that's just a quick glance for me to see that they did do it that night. So where do we get what we teach? We get it from the Arizona College and Career Readiness Standards. So we pull from first grade standards what we think are critical for our first graders to learn within the year. And that's what we are focusing on. So they do have the kids, they're thinking deeply. They are really showing what they know. They're sharing their learning. They're coming up in front of the class. They're showing how they solved their math problem. They're sharing with their partner how they solved something. So we just go really in depth with their learning. On their report card, you're going to see the standard that was graded. And then you're also going to see a rating scale, a 1, 2, 3, or 4. You want to see a 3. A 3 says that they are at grade level and they've mastered the standard. So that's perfect. If you see a 2, it's still okay. A 2 means that I am supporting them and they're able to master it with my support. And what that might look like is say we're learning about main idea. They can't really tell me the main idea of a passage. I'm pulling them back one-on-one. I'm rereading the passage. I'm highlighting. I might be taking out some pictures, changing my questioning, trying to help them master it. And then if they can get there with a little bit more support, then they're a 2. Nothing wrong with that. If they are a 1, I'm pulling them back, I'm working with them, I'm trying to get them there. And even with my support, they still can't master the standard. So you'll see those rating scales when you're checking their grades on PowerSchools and when they get their report cards home. A 4 is rare, but what a 4 is I can do it at grade level and I can take it above and I can show you something above my grade level. So I can show you what a second grader is going to be doing with this standard. So that's pretty cool if you see that. Our curriculum for ELA, we do use interreading. Phonics is huge. We're learning how to read in first grade. So that's a huge component. We are also doing story elements. We just wrapped up character, setting, story events. We're going to start main idea. For writing, we do a lot of fun stuff with writing. It's a lot of informational or observational. We wrote about a hamster. We wrote about a tooth fairy. They're actually writing about their teachers this week. So that's fun and interesting. So you'll see that when it gets sent home. But yeah, just a lot of cool stuff there. For math, we do use Eureka Math. A big chunk of our math is learning how to do addition and subtraction. We use word problems a lot, and we use about 10 different strategies that kids can use to solve those problems. So by the end of the year, they're able to pull from what they know to solve the problem. So we teach them these strategies, and then at the end, it's what strategy works for you. Whatever works for you, that's where you're going to use it to solve it. We also do measuring at the end of the year. We do shapes. They learn how to tell time on a digital and analog clock, so that's pretty fun. Let's see. Dibbles, I know Miss Hunt sent out her Dibble scores. I know I have not yet. You will see those in your folders tomorrow. But the Dibble scores, it's a district assessment. And it's just saying based how are they doing in their reading. Again, reading's huge. So when you guys get those reports, it'll show you how your child scored, where they should be, and then it'll give you tips on how to get them there. And then that also goes in with our win-win time. We're pulling from this information to group them, and we're working on those skills that they need to master their Dibbles. We are a Leader in Me school, so we do teach the kids the 7 habits every Wednesday from 8:30 to 9:15. They're getting a Leader in Me lesson. So they're learning about leadership, how to be kind to others. They're going to create a personal mission statement. They learn how to help others. So it's just really cool lessons that they do every Wednesday. Daily communication. For me, it's going to be Blooms. Blooms, I get a notice on my phone, I respond to right away. I post weekly reminders, daily reminders. It's how you see their behavior, everything. That's your go-to. I know Miss Hunt, she's trying, she's getting there. But Miss Hunt, you're going to want to email her. She doesn't use Bloom. She doesn't use Blooms too much. So hers is email, mine's is Blooms. If you do use Blooms, just be mindful. We do have quiet hours. So from 5:30, if you message me after 5:30, I'm not going to see it until the morning. So please just give me that patience to respond to you in the morning, because just like you, I'm at home with my family too. So just keep that in mind. Snacks, we've had to kind of pivot snacks. We are no longer allowed to have snacks in the classroom because we've been getting bugs and ants and fun little things inside the classroom. So we're trying to bring that outside of the classroom. Just please make sure that they are healthy snacks. We've been seeing like cookies, hot Cheetos, things like that. Please don't send that. No sugar. The hot Cheetos, they touch walls, they touch papers, it gets all over the place. And then make it quick, 5 minutes, because we're trying to do it at the beginning of their recess. Their recess is only 15 minutes. I don't want them eating the whole time because I want them to play too. So just make sure, please, it's healthy and it's just a quick snack, and then they can go play so they can get that energy out. Don't pay attention to this link, but we are at the end. If you guys have any general questions, I can answer them now. If you have any specific questions related to like just your child, stay on and I can talk to you after. But if anyone has any general questions about the classroom, I can answer them. If not, you're free to go. If you want to talk to me one-on-one, just stay on and I can talk to you one-on-one. But does anyone have any questions? And I will be posting this on Bloom, so in case you want to go back to it or something like that.